Welcome to Technologies Now, the business edge, and this is a broker's perspective. I'm your host, David Erbach, and each episode we explore how real estate professionals are using technology, strategy, and innovation to elevate their business and their clients' experiences. Today we're headed into Colorado mountain communities with Rod Fishkin of Keller Williams Mountain Properties, a broker who approaches his work not just as a salesperson, but as a real estate planner, helping clients make smart, intentional decisions about property ownership in the high country. Rod,
Hi, Dave.
we're going to get going here. Thanks again for
Okay.
joining us. I appreciate it.
My pleasure.
And let's just jump right into it. So let's start with your journey. What led you into real estate and specifically into serving Colorado's mountain communities?
What led me to real estate was my wife. And I know that sounds funny, but the truth is she got into real estate before me. And she had been in it for a couple of years and started getting very busy. Around that time, I happened to get laid off through a downsizing at the large company job that I held. So she said, hey, I'm really busy. I need help with stuff that she's not good at, like database, technology, marketing. And I said, well, I can do that. So I took the severance package and started working together. Worked kind of like back office for a while, and then got my license. And we started working as equals, and we've just built the business from there.
Excellent. You said equals. I hope that it works in every relationship that way, that we're all, treating each other as equals. So that's a great goal. I like that right there. So you describe yourself as a real estate planner. What does that mean to you, and how does that differ from a typical agent?
So that's a good question. A lot of people hear like realtor, broker, agent, and they all think that's the same thing.
Right.
Being a planner is different than being a real estate agent. Most real estate agents are more transactional, where it's a short-term working relationship, and then maybe you get a Broncos calendar or a Thanksgiving card every once in a while, and they check in maybe twice a year and say, do you want to buy another house yet? As a real estate planner, I work with my clients through every phase or every season of their life. So that includes buying or selling their first home or a move up home as their needs change. But then it also goes several steps further by helping them when they're ready to make investments, real estate investments. So it can help them analyze different properties to say this one's a winner or that one's a loser, and don't take that one, and break down the numbers for them and help them understand what makes a property a good investment. And also, I like educating people too. I kind of feel like I'm the guide on this, helping them along the process and the journey. When maybe they want to buy additional properties, there's a way to help defer or even eliminate taxes when selling one investment property and buying another. And it's legal. And I can help estimate
That's good.
those.
I'm glad it's legal. Sorry to interrupt you. I apologize.
Yeah, I try not to jeopardize my state issued real estate license as much as possible.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah. So I can help them. I can give them an estimate of what their taxes could be and how much they'd potentially save by doing what's called a 1031 exchange. And then later on, if they're starting to think about things like family inheritance, like I'm not a CPA and I'm not a trust attorney or a family law attorney by any means, but I can help people by asking the right questions, help people find out what's really important to them. Do they want to pass property to their heirs now while they're still alive? Is it their intention to set things up for later once they've passed away? By having these discussions now, we can help avoid family disputes, which is really important. As my clients get older, I can help them downsize. I can help them. We've helped many clients even with moving from single family homes into something like assisted living or continuing care, retirement communities, things like that. We've even taken care of like estate sale. So we help them organize their home, get set up with an estate sale to manage getting, like, what do you do with all the stuff? We can help answer that question too.
Yes, no, I understand that. We're not that old, not ready to retire, but just thinking about the stuff, and if someone had to deal with it what a burden that is. So you help alleviate these burdens. So that's really thinking holistically, with your client's interests. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
exactly.
Now let's shift to kind of the mountain properties, concept. Mountain properties, I would think, driven by lifestyle, obviously geography, even weather. How do you help your clients navigate that? Even the ones that are, possibly out of town. How's it different in the mountains than it is maybe down on the Denver plains or in St. Louis, Missouri?
I think the biggest difference between someone who's buying a home, let's say you want to move to a home in Longmont or Westminster or Fort Collins, um, most people buying a home in those areas, it's their primary residence. They're moving there for a job, or they live there because it's near the school they want their kids to go to, or their families nearby. Um, it's more or less dictated by necessity or practicality. I'd say at least half of the people that move to a mountain town, a mountain community, it's a choice. Um, it might be because a choice. For example, they want to live in this environment, or they enjoy mountain activities and lifestyle so much that they want to spend as much time as they can up there in Vail or in Edwards, um, or there are lots of other mountain towns around Colorado. That's where they want to spend their time. That's part of the reason my wife and I moved up here, is because we said, well, we come up here so much for fun vacation time, and we work. We used to live in Fort Collins area. Well, why don't we flip that around so
Yes.
we're spending as much time as possible where we want to be? Um, a lot of other people also buy homes in mountain towns because it's a second home or maybe a third home. There's investment potential. Frequently, I can speak just for the Vale area, homes appreciate quicker and over the long haul appreciate greater than homes in more traditional markets like Denver Metro or Fort Collins.
Right. No, that makes sense. So looking ahead, would you see the same trends in the mountain communities, or is there going to be a change over time when people are making different decisions? Are they going to be more primary homes as opposed to second homes? What's your forecast for that?
Um, well, if I had a crystal ball, I would be owning the software company that created this system we're using right now. But
Yes.
I can't predict the future. For this area in the Central Rockies, I don't see things changing very much. I think that because of the environment, because of the average home prices up here, I was looking at market statistics this morning. Median home price is for the entire area is about 1.3 to 1.5 million, and that's from a one bedroom condo to an 8 bedroom home, a single family home. Um, just because of the real estate prices, I don't see a huge shift to relatively affordable homes that people could just flock to the mountains and say, I can do my job from anywhere.
Right. Yes, I could see
There's
that
also
in
the
certain
other the
areas.
other thing also, sorry to interrupt, is that there's not a lot of homes and not a lot of land to build on just because of the geography. Many mountain communities are built on a high plateau or more likely a river valley, and I mean it's steep. It's not like building on the plains where you've got
Right.
really endless development land.
Yes, that's true. If you want to be out into the plains, they can go until you hit Kansas at some point here.
Yeah,
I think I'd rather be in the mountains myself. So I think you've made a fantastic decision, a lifestyle decision, and you can serve your community up there, as well.
yeah.
Now, how has, or do you know how, like short-term rentals and other investment properties affected real estate up there?
That's a good, interesting question. I think generally speaking, as people bought up over the last 5-10 years, as people either bought existing short-term rental property or changed a rental that a local, that someone that lived up here and was in the local economy, they live here full time, as those properties got changed to short-term rentals because, I mean, we're a market-driven capitalist country. People said, I want to make as much money as I can on that investment, which is,
Right.
that's great. That's fine. It's their property. They can do what they want with it. The effect of that, though, is that many properties that could have been purchased or rented by people that live and work in the community, those are now taken out of the pool. They're not available, which drives up the price of everything else that actually is available. And I'd say up until maybe a year ago, as the short-term rental market, there was starting to be more of a perception that short-term rental market was getting saturated. I think in many parts of the country, the revenue people were seeing was starting to decline or flatten because there's just so many short-term rentals available. It's just supply and demand. So in a resort area and a destination area, people want to come to places where there's great skiing or activities in the summer. I don't see that going away, but it does change the landscape for people that want to live here full time.
Oh yeah, I can see just that. Obviously, the first thing you said was the price, skyrocketing over the years, and or we would just call it appreciation, of course, making it difficult for folks that don't have the same means as the folks that can invest in these properties up there. Let's
Right.
shift gears here. So our company is called Technologies Now. What sort of technology are you using in real estate, and where has it started, and where do you see it going in your work?
Some of it is not really sexy at all. I use a ton of spreadsheets, whether that's Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheets, um, and email, electronic signatures. Um, I was a moderate Zoom user, video conferencing like this, moderate before
Moderate,
COVID.
right?
And it was more of a you can't meet in person or you prefer not to do a phone call and I can't get to you. What about Zoom? COVID changed that. And now it's very common. It's just a very common, almost expected method to meet with people. And that works fine for me. I'm adaptable. And then kind of taking another step in real estate specific, I'm a heavy user of a database. Most people in a sales business or any kind of business where you have a client base, a book of business, are using something called a client relationship management software or CRM. So I have one of those. It's proprietary to Keller Williams Realty. All agents get it for virtually for free. It's a very robust system. So I keep all my clients' information in there. Built in or working along with that in the same platform are little modules that help me with email, that help me with social media posting, that help me with even print marketing. Those all work together. So I think that's the core of the CRM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
And
no,
then
excellent.
it started.
Everyone needs to stay
Yeah.
organized and be able to reach out to their prospects and their clients, and you know, um, when to reach out and who to reach out to, and what they're
Right.
looking for. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah, along those lines, where do you see your business coming from? Is it referral? Is it? I mean, people still run leads. I know. I mean, what's your success been?
So we've been in real estate, active licensed professional agents for 16, 17, 18 years.
Okay. Yeah.
And most of our business at this point is repeat and referral business. And I'd say that's 70% or more. Some years it's as high as 80%. And I include in that, we make an effort to build relationships with agents, either Denver metro area and out of state. So we keep in touch with those people too. Other agents that we meet at a conference or we connect with online, or agents that find us and refer a client to us, we then keep in touch with them. And it's a purposeful, regular effort. So there's a plan that we follow to keep in touch with them.
No, that makes perfect sense. I mean, the agents can't be in your market, know your market, or be licensed in the state even, certainly they're not going to serve their clients very well if they're trying to take care of it from anywhere else, but excuse me, locally. No, that's pretty interesting. Um, Rod, let's go on the personal side. Not deep. I don't mean that. Just what do you do? You said you went up to the mountains. You guys moved there for a lifestyle choice because you knew you could
Yeah.
work there. You've been successful in real estate. What do you do for fun?
I would say like two important things for me are skiing in the winter and fly fishing in the summer.
Nice.
Skiing in the winter is a family activity. My wife and I don't have kids, but her extended family, her cousins come up here. They have a place not too far from us. So we ski with them every winter, and we've been doing it for 40 plus years.
Wow.
So it's become this family tradition. And now there's like third, fourth generation cousins learning to ski. It's awesome.
That's very special.
Um, yeah. And also, it's something my wife and I love to do together. Fortunately, we're compatible skill level. Um,
Yes.
and it's a chance to do something together that we really love. We're outside. It never gets boring. The views never take it for granted. We're always very appreciative and grateful for that. In the summer, fly fishing. I've been fly fishing probably about 20 years. I'm starting to get better.
After 20 years, starting to
It's
get better. Yes.
it's fun. Like it is fun, but it also I call it river therapy because you kind of get in a zone out there on the water. It's kind of like golf where you're trying to make your body do something that looks on the surface very simple and like, oh, just hit the ball and it goes over there. No, there's gear and there's a mental game and there's practice and frustration and success. And you're never going to reach the end of that journey. You're always going to get better. And sometimes you get to see beautiful fish, but you're always in a beautiful environment.
Well, that is perfect. That is a great description. You took me right into that space. So thank you for that, Rod. That's on this
Sure.
beautiful fall day here in Colorado. So Rod, let's switch one more time here. We're probably going to get kind of wrapped up pretty soon here. Thank you for your time. But as a kind of a parting thought, what advice would you give to someone moving into real estate, either in the mountain markets or I need to cut that. Sorry, my Alexa just made noise. I forgot to unplug it. I'll cut this section out, but I'm gonna ask that question again. Sorry, I have to unplug my Alexas. Even if I mute them and the motion alert goes off, it starts talking to me. So and maybe I can say it better now. So Rod, in kind of a parting thought here, what advice would you give to someone who's just getting started in real estate, either in the mountain market or really just get into real estate in general?
I've been asked that before. Generally, my answer is be authentic, be yourself. People can smell fake a mile away. Find your people, spend time with them, find out and build relationships with them. Again, that goes to being authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Don't be the agent that just throws up real estate all over everyone all the time. No one likes that agent. Don't be them. But find out how you can help people and do that to the best of your ability. And helping one person isn't going to meet your income needs. So figure out how many people you do need to help in a year and set that goal. So find your people, talk to them, connect with them, be of service, and ask for business, ask to help them when it's appropriate.
Excellent. Thank you for that, Rod. And with that, we're wrapped up here. Thanks for joining the Business Edge from Technologies Now. And this was a broker's perspective. Rod Fishkin, thank you for joining us today. We definitely appreciate your time. Hopefully you enjoyed the conversation.
I did very much. Thanks for having me today, David.
Absolutely. Cheers. But
okay.